2021 isn't shaping up to be a good year for old school RuneScape. The Jagex team released a roadmap for the game for 2021, and well, it looks a little bit empty. There are updates on the way, but there's nothing fresh, nothing new to really motivate players for some new adventure. Before we touch on what Jagex is missing for this upcoming year that will undoubtedly substantially hurt the game, let's give the team some credit on some amazing moves they've made within the past few months. Now, we've seen a major advancement in cracking down bots, with Mod Twisted claiming that he's removed over 1 trillion GP worth of botted gold from the game within one sweep. Incredible work. We've also seen that the team has worked to get old school RuneScape listed on Steam, which is obviously a massive positive for the move to longevity of the game. We had the addition of Soul Wars as well, which was a nice but short-lived minigame. We saw the Trailblazer Leagues, another big hit for Leagues, which of course is always a welcome addition. All of that is great, but here's my issue. 2021 is looking dry for exciting content. And when I say exciting content, I'm talking about updates that drive players back to the game, getting them geared up, and exploring the world of Gielinor. I'm not saying 2021 has no updates, in fact, it does have a few great ones, but I'm saying it lacks the ones that get players invested into OSRS for a long-term period. Let's take a look at the OSRS Roadmap for 2021. It seems like the overall focus of the year is for new player improvements to the tutorial island, as well as the player user experience. Let's hope that that includes a dedicated Jagex support team, but I'm not going to get my hopes up for that. We're still waiting on the combat achievements as well, which was slated for late 2020, but I do believe that got pushed back and now will be released at some point in 2021. Besides that though, the only other major update we've got that's coming up is the Group Ironman and Clans. I know there is a large in-development block booked for the second half of 2021 as well, but considering that the fishing boss was scheduled for October 20th and it just came out last week, and the combat achievements was supposed to release in December, I imagine that project is probably going to get pushed back. My point is, we're seeing no major PvM or PvP updates in 2021. Yes, Group Ironman will be some great content, and it's definitely going to drive hype, but as far as fresh game content goes that keeps players engaged, we're seeing nothing. The last major PvM update addition was the Nightmare boss in February of 2020, which was a single yet detailed boss, but was over a year ago. And while that update was amazing and is still a very relevant piece of content, it's not driving in new players. When the player base doesn't have any endgame goals to look forward to, we have really high-end endgame players who will burn out or discontinue playing the game, and eventually these burnt out players are going to stop playing the game overall and will not boomerang back for future content. With these styles of rant videos, I think it's very important to get multiple opinions on the topic, so I'm bringing in another fellow content creator, ShankAMuffin, to give his 2 cents on how he thinks 2021 will be for old school RuneScape.
Given the information that Scapenomics presented, it's unfortunate to see how there's a lackluster amount of PvM related updates that allows for the mid and late stage player base to grasp new content, which in turn doesn't bring any new value to the game for us to seek after. I understand that working from home allows for slower progress to be made on the game as compared to working in the office, but the state of items will most likely fall more and more as the months progress, due to how more items are being flooded into the game without proper demand to respike these prices or hit all-time highs. I will say that if Iron Man mode were to be released this year, it's a great incentive for players to come back and be hooked again, especially since this will be a group activity with an increase in difficulty, allowing for teams to compete with one another potentially for high scores and whatnot. Remember everyone, old school RuneScape wouldn't be what it is today without any updates. Just remember that one important graph displaying the player count for when there was no new content added. Hopefully, things will turn around pretty soon.
I think Jagex needs to strive for at least one major PvM update a year, preferably probably 2. Now, Jagex said they were looking to expand the team in 2020, and even more so in 2021, so development for major PvM updates shouldn't be that big of a deal for the team. And no, Combat Achievements does not qualify as a significant PVM update. It has to be fresh, new content developed from the bottom up by the team. It needs to be a new raid, a new boss, a new challenge like Inferno, something that drives players to learn a new thing in old school RuneScape and master to get good at it, as high level PVM is really what is driving the majority of the endgame player base. But of course, what do you guys think? Do you think that 2021 will be a dry year for quality RuneScape content? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you think I overlooked an update that is way more exciting than I made it out to be, I would like to know what that update is. Let's hope that Jagex has an ace up their sleeve and can surprise us with an unexpected, amazing update. Big thank you to ShankAMuffin for tuning in and contributing to this video. We really appreciate his support here on the channel, so be sure to go check him out on his channel. He makes some amazing PVM guides and even branches out and does some money-making content occasionally. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.